Loot boxes. Loot boxes are everywhere. No matter what they look like or what they get called, they're all the same at the end of the day. Their inclusion in big budget titles such as Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Middle-earth Shadow of War, it's kinda got us thinking, are loot boxes ruining games? Hello, welcome to Bloosh, my name is Jody and this is Just a Thought. Loot boxes are sometimes earned as reward for leveling up or completing objectives, and in some cases, just for playing the game, while others are bought using in-game currency or your hard-earned cash. Though for many, it's not how you get the loot box that is the problem, though that is slightly problematic, which we will come to later, but it's what you get from them that's caused some of the arguments. While some loot boxes contain items to improve the aesthetics of your games, such as skins and emotes, things that will make the game a little bit special and make your character a little bit more personalised, others will contain items that have a positive impact on your gameplay. And this is where we start to think, are loot boxes affecting the integrity of the game? Because one person could be playing a game for days and still be stuck at relatively low level weaponry, while the other could have just hit the jackpot on their first loot box, and they've only been playing for an hour but got the best weapon in the game. These type of loot boxes can be seen in Splash Damage's Dirty Bomb, though they're called equipment cases or elite cases in this game. Now in these cases you will receive a loadout card which decides what type of guns and weaponry your character has. Now, these cards range from low tier to high tier, with the cards of the lowest tier available in said crate having the highest chance of case drop. So if you are lucky enough to get yourself a Cobalt loadout, you may find yourself in a better position than other players. This in essence can take out skill from the game. It's more luck, whether or not you've got decent weaponry, whether or not you do well, but it can also make the game more fun. The chance of winning a top level card is thrilling for some people. It definitely fills me up with a bit of excitement. It can also be argued that if you're talented enough, you can still beat the low-level players who have the better weapon. A bad workman blames their tools, and it might be harder, but that's where the challenge lies, and some people are up for a challenge. Though is it really fair that people who've put less time into a game may be getting a better experience and better rewards from the game? They could be running around having a hoot, but someone else who has less luck with the boxes is still struggling to counter these high-level weapons, and that could be ruining their experience. The more loot boxes you buy, the higher chance you have of getting a new legendary weapon or perk, and so gamers are enticed to open their wallets. And what makes this worse is that these are big budget titles that you've already spent around £45 to purchase, and they're asking for even more money. In the example of Forza 7, they replaced the old difficulty-based reward system in favour of prize crates. So previously, the more difficult a race, the more credits you would earn. The more credits you earn, the more things you have to spend on what you want. But the problem with the crates is that you only get certain items, and these items are randomised. So you don't get to choose anymore, you lose that choice of what you want. You could be grinding a game to get the in-game currency, or to be earning these loot boxes to get a certain item, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it. You'll only get what the crate gives you, which means if you do want to get a certain item or perk, you just need to keep on earning and earning and earning until you can get it. But there's an easier way, a quicker way, and it's starting to get more appealing. Oh, next thing you know, you've got your card details entered in and just bought a bundle of 10 crates. This doesn't mean that loot boxes that don't offer game-advancing items are innocent in any way though. Colourful, vibrant games such as Overwatch appeal to younger players who all want all the skins to their favourite characters. Though that's not just the younger gamers. Ugh. Then here comes a Halloween event and boom, there's a time limit. And if you want to earn that skin, you've got to be doing it quick. Each box you open seems to have every other skin, and it's almost nearly the end of the event. This makes players succumb to buying those loot boxes, and amongst that are young children. Now, I'm not against kids spending money on games, but in a sense, loot boxes are gambling. Is that something we really want to be so accessible? Loot boxes are very appealing already. They give us a thrill when we open them, and let's face it, they're not too expensive, which catches you. When a time limit is added into the mix, it becomes harder not to cave into the idea of buying a few. What we buy though is a risk. We may get something we already have or something we don't want, using our real money to attain virtual items that we might not even fancy. There's actually been a really interesting article on Eurogamer.net by Vic Hood showing how psychologists have shown a similarity in the gambling effects on the brain and the effects caused by loot boxes. It's an absolutely fantastic read, which I do recommend, and we'll try leave a link down in the description below. Really go have a look at that, chaps. It's also sort of linked now with a survey that's going around the UK to change the UK legislation laws on gambling. That's how much of an impact loot boxes have had at the moment. They're even getting petitioned to the government to change the laws about them because they're this ludicrous. No matter what is in the loot box, it will make you want it. Having a cool emote shaft someone or awesome weaponry to destroy the enemy team, they seem harmless and fun with a small price tag, but that can be addictive, and that small price tag can really start adding up. Being dubbed as the new microtransaction, loot boxes have come under a lot of criticism of recent, and it's easy to see why, with how they've been involved in the newer games. Though for many games they do add a little bit of fun to them. I mean, the free-to-play games, you can almost expect loot boxes because, hey, the game's got to make some money somehow, and they're sort of acceptable. And as long as they've balanced in with the skill and luck and not thrown in to be the forefront of the game, then loot boxes aren't that bad. And personally, I do love a good loot box, so I can't really complain. We'd love to know what you guys think though. Is this really ruining the skill element in a game, or is the luck to skill balance okay? Have any of your favourite games been ruined by loot boxes? We would love to know. Also, if you haven't liked, please do like and subscribe, and until next time, see you around.
5 attack. That thing is huge.